Today's video, I'm going to take a look at this 3-ring binder textbook. So this conversation came up in the Discord channel. I don't remember exactly what was being said, but the conversation centered around how these are a little bit cheaper because you can just buy them and put them in a binder yourself. And there are some positives and negatives to this, but I want to make a video to just describe what that actually means, because a lot of people don't really know, like, what does that actually mean, like a textbook in a 3-ring binder. So here I have a 3-ring binder with a textbook inside. So this is how thick this textbook is. This is a class that I teach. It's called College Arithmetic, or Fundamentals of Math, or Fundamentals of Algebra, sometimes it's called. And so this is the textbook. This is the updated version of this textbook. I also have a hard copy of the old version, but I think the new version, I don't even think you could buy the actual textbook that is not the 3-ring binder version. I'm not positive, but I was just given this 3-ring binder version from the school that I am teaching this class through. But this is what it looks like. So it's just a 3-ring binder, pretty thick. So this is the entire class. Now I have a divisor, or a divider, not a divisor, math, but I have a divider in here where I have something. I'll show you what that section is, but this part right here, this is the textbook. So pretend like this isn't even here. This is what that textbook would be. So I have a little bit of a bigger 3-ring binder to fit this in there, but that extra part is like a notebook of sorts. So I'll show what that looks like. So let's go ahead and take a look what this would be like as a student or as a teacher if you are teaching out of this book. So here's what you get when you buy this. So it comes in just like a packet, this is all just a single packaged, just a giant packaged paper mess. I had a student a couple semesters ago, it was business calc, and he bought, because now with everything being online, especially with Pearson, like you have the ebook, you have the virtual e-text and everything, so you can buy these for really cheap, and a student bought the business calc one, and it came in this like packaged wrapper, and he opened it in my office. He showed me, he's like, oh, here, my textbook came, and he wanted to show me, and he opened it, papers went everywhere. Every single paper of that book was mixed up. He said it took him a very long time to sort it all out. So that's the first negative. If you drop it before you put it in a 3-ring binder, now you got 300 pages to sort out before you get it into the 3-ring binder. So just keep that in mind. So this is the Elayn Martin-Gay Interactive Algebra Foundations, and again, this is also called College Arithmetic, Fundamentals of Math, sometimes at different schools. But this is like the lowest level class that a college most likely offers. It's just if a student didn't take the placement exam, or they did and they didn't place into a college level class, or they didn't place into the other elementary or intermediate algebra class, you would take this class. And so this is what this content would be. So I want to go through the contents real quick, just whole numbers. I've gone through this book, this type of book, a couple times, but I had the old version, so this one's a little bit updated. So the first chapter is whole numbers, and introduction to adding, subtracting integers with a little bit of some solving equations in there. And then this chapter is all solving equations, and then fractions, decimals, ratios. In the college arithmetic class, when I teach it, I just get through chapter 6. I don't really know a lot of colleges that get into chapter 7 or chapter 8. I know chapter 8 a little bit. Like on our syllabus, I think we get into chapter 8 sometimes. It's kind of like if we have time or not. But chapter 8 is geometry. But I highly doubt any college is touching chapter 7 at that class. Especially since geometry is a developmental level class, so you probably do a little bit more with some of that stuff in geometry. And then it ends. So not a super big textbook. So this is what it looks like. And right away, just as I even flip, look at that. That was actually a good flip. But the thing I don't like about these textbooks is when you flip back, like, it's just not a clean flip. Like it's stuck, and then it's just kind of annoying, and then you run the risk of it ripping. If you've ever had a 3-ring binder before, I know when I was like in junior high, we all had to have binders and stuff. You had to have like a binder check, and my paper's always ripped. Like wherever these rings are, it always ripped, and then you have a paper falling out, and then the whole page comes out, and then you have to put it in this front like flap here, and then you have to, oh, I need that page, and it's in the front flap. Like it's a mess. So that's one of the negatives of these 3-ring binders, is just the risk of the paper just ripping right off of the page. And it's fine when I'm going like this, but when I flip back, it kind of gets caught. So it's kind of annoying, at least for me. I don't know, maybe Hey, look at that. I'm just trying to flip back. It's just not smooth. And then right here, I just got caught at the bottom. Now it's caught in the middle. So I have to do this. Yeah, so there we go. So I got it flipped. Okay, so that's the textbook. That's what it looks like. I mean, I could sit here all day and show you all the content. But this is a good textbook. I like it. I've taught out of it for many years. There's a lot of problems. But I really don't want this video to be about the content of the textbook. I really wanted to show the 3-ring binder aspect and just show you some positives and negatives. So that was a negative. I just don't like the flipping aspect, especially when you're trying to go like, oh, I want to look at the contents, and then I got to try to flip back, and you got to do only a couple pages at a time. It's just not good, especially when you're trying to do homework, and then you're like, oh, I want to look at the answers in the back of the book. Let me go to the back of the book, and then it kind of gets caught up going both ways. So yeah, so just keep that in mind. Next part I want to show you about this book, and really the main reason why it is the 3-ring binder edition, because for most classes, like that business calc student that I was talking about, the business calc student bought it because it was cheap. You could buy these books for cheaper if you buy this 3-ring binder version, but this book actually is good to be a 3-ring binder because of this interactive notebook that is at the back. So let me try to turn the pages. Pythagorean theorem. There we go. So I got all the way to the back. So now I have this interactive organizer for this class. So this is to pair with their program Pearson, MyLab. You watch these videos and you fill out this notebook. So this is the main reason why this book is coming as an actual 3-ring binder book, because you have this notebook in the back. I'm going to show you what the notebook looks like. And it's really cool. It's really like you're in a classroom almost. Like I give my students guided notes where they have like a blank sheet like this where I have some problems. So you're watching the video and you work out the problem with the, she's actually the teacher, the author, Elayn Martin-Gay. So it's pretty cool. But she teaches the concepts, and then she gives you a problem your turn, just like you would in class. Like, all right, everyone do this problem. So you do the problem, and then you go to the next page. Let's see if I can flip to the next page here. And then it gives you like all the notes. So it's pretty cool. I like this. This is a really cool resource to have, to fill out the notes as you're watching the video. You have the notes. It's like an in-class experience, going through all these notes and everything. It's good for online classes or even hybrid classes. Like I'm teaching this class hybrid right now, and I don't assign all of the sections for Interactive Organizer for homework or anything. I know some teachers do, but I'll just assign, like we didn't get to section 1, 2 this week, or this class, so do that on your own. So then I assign the interactive notebook videos that they go through, and I provide them with these to print out if they want to, and then they could use that on the exam and stuff. So it's a pretty good resource. Has all the problems there. That's the main reason why this is coming as a 3-ring binder, so you can actually write on it. Because I don't think it's going to be very convenient if you have like a textbook in this interactive notebook, like it's just paired with the textbook, because I could actually put this in 2 binders, which is really nice. So I could put this in its own binder while I have the textbook in its own binder, so that would probably be a better idea than just throwing it into one giant binder. But I just put this together and threw it in my cabinet because I already have the actual physical copy of the textbook, but it is the old version. So that's what I just keep at school and carry that around rather than lugging around this 3-ring binder, especially if I don't need it. But I think it would be a better idea to actually just put this in its own 3-ring binder. So there it is. That's the interactive notebook. And I think, let me see if there's anything in the back here. I don't think there's really anything. Some blank pages maybe. Some scratch work possibly. Cool. Yeah, that's the book. So that's the 3-ring binder book. This conversation again came up in the Discord. A user was asking about positives and negatives of the 3-ring binder, just wanted more explanation of it, and I thought, you know what, let me just put together a video. I think I just ripped it. So let me just put together this video to explain this, and you can see right now my frustration. Just trying to flip this over. Let me put together this video just to show what a 3-ring binder textbook looks like. So hopefully this helps that person out to get a better idea before you make that choice, and if you want to buy it for cheap or just buy the physical textbook. And I'm going to leave this video with me trying to flip this over the ring. There it is. Okay, thank you for watching.